Hello everybody, this is your news report, second stimulus check update, and second stimulus package update. My message to American government is to put their political games aside. The great American people need stimulus checks right now. Congress must pass more stimulus relief right now. If you agree with my message, then leave a comment down below saying, I agree. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell.
Haggling over the final details, and nothing can happen until that's done. As leaders close in on a relief deal,
We made some progress this morning.
they admit Congress left Americans hanging for too long.
Should have been done months ago. Should have been done.
House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer says the addition of stimulus checks is a welcome breakthrough. $600 to $700 per adult, meaning a couple might get $1,400 and possibly additional money for each child under 17. Like the first round of checks in the spring, these would likely go out to individuals making less than $75,000 a year, or couples making less than $150,000.
Once you give that money to families who are in dire distress, they're going to spend it. And when they spend it, that will help the economy.
Just last week, 885,000 people filed for unemployment for the first time, the most since early September. The bill will include about $300 a week in federal unemployment benefits.
Much more. So, Congressman, always good to have you, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
How likely do you think this COVID-19 relief measure is?
Well, I think it's really important, and I hope that we are much closer than we have been, obviously, for some time. Look, we're at a difficult time right now. People are losing their jobs, and you just look at restaurants, for example. Even those that could stay open outside, it's snowing out in a lot of places right now. And, but we got a vaccine that's on its way. So that's the good news, I guess, is the vaccine part, because it could put an end to all of this. Look, we were trying to avoid from the get-go for our country to go into a depression, and that's really still what we're fighting right now. We've put out over 40 times to reopen the PPP program, which has been very successful and helpful, and there's monies left in there, and that was denied in the House of Representatives by Speaker Pelosi. What I've been hearing is that as things are laid out on the table, whatever the dollar amount was, Speaker Pelosi always wants more. That's a problem. But at the same time, the Democrats have come a long way from where they were this summer on some of these issues. What I'm hearing so far, Neil, is that there's discussion of a stimulus of about $600 a person to extend some unemployment boost. You have a boost for unemployment of about $300, and so there's a lot of things moving in a direction, but we may still be hung up on the liability, and also hung up on relief for states.
Congress closes in on a $900 billion stimulus relief deal. According to CNBC, Congress is getting close to a $900 billion relief deal and could announce it as soon as Wednesday. Top Republicans and Democrats negotiated a government funding and pandemic aid agreement into Tuesday night, and Senate leaders Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer said they hope to reach an accord soon. The government will shut down on Saturday, and 12 million people will lose unemployment benefits the day after Christmas if Congress fails to act. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your news report, second stimulus check update, and second stimulus package update. Everybody tell me in the comments down below, do you think that Congress will be able to put away the political games and pass more stimulus relief? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. CBS News reports that Mitch McConnell says we're getting closer and closer to a second stimulus deal. He said negotiators are making significant progress, and that he's optimistic that we're going to be able to complete an understanding sometime soon. Congressional leaders met twice on Tuesday, and the negotiations went on for several hours. At the end of the night, there was still no agreement. Mitch McConnell added, everybody wants to finish. We believe the country needs it, and I think we're getting closer and closer. Everybody tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell? Is he doing what it takes to pass more stimulus relief? Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez told reporters that House Speaker Pelosi and Minority Leader Chuck Schumer should no longer lead Democrats in Congress. She said, I do think that we need new leadership in the Democratic Party. My message to our politicians is to pass the stimulus. The great American people need help now. Unemployment benefits are set to expire the day after Christmas. Congress must pass a $1,200 stimulus payment and extend the unemployment benefits. If you agree, then leave a comment down below saying I agree. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes if you think that Congress should pass more stimulus relief.
Good morning, Andrew. There is a lot of optimism, but there is no deal yet. Leadership from both parties were huddling in the Capitol until late last night to try to negotiate this deal. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi held one round of talks in her office. Then they all met again a couple of hours later. And then Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was holed up in his office with top GOP Congressman Kevin McCarthy for several more hours. And after that was all over, McCarthy told reporters that the two sides have built a lot of trust and that there is the possibility of getting a deal done. The ranking Democrat in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, said they are making significant progress. Now, Thursday is the day that the House is targeting for a potential vote on a government funding bill and a COVID relief package. But it is still unclear if they're going to find a path forward on the two biggest roadblocks, state and local aid and liability protections, or if they're just going to leave them out altogether. Meanwhile, a group of rank-and-file lawmakers are still pushing for any deal to include stimulus checks, or as Democratic Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley called them, survival checks. Now, one thing that everybody has now agreed to, guys, is that nobody is going home.
According to CNBC, congressional leaders closed in on a $900 billion relief deal. The developing aid agreements would not include liability protections for businesses or aid to state and local government. Disagreements over those two issues have blocked lawmakers from crafting a year-end rescue package. McConnell said on the Senate floor on Wednesday, we made major headway toward hammering out a targeted pandemic relief package that would be able to pass both chambers and bipartisan majorities. Speaking after McConnell, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said we are close to an agreement, but noted it's not a done deal yet. He added that Democrats would like to have gone considerably further to offer relief and will press for more aid after President-elect Joe Biden takes office on January 20th. The measure would contain a direct payment to Americans in some amount, as well as enhanced unemployment insurance, according to NBC News. Republican Senator Steve Daines of Montana told CNBC that a deal would have roughly $300 billion in small business aid, including Paycheck Protection Program loans.
You wanted that, I don't know if it was not a bipartisan issue because I think Democrats.
According to CBS News, McConnell says we're getting closer and closer to a deal on stimulus relief. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters late Tuesday night, we're getting closer and closer to making a deal. He added we're making significant progress and that he's optimistic that we're going to be able to complete an understanding sometime soon. Congressional leaders met twice on Tuesday, and the negotiations went on for several hours. At the end of the night, there was still no agreement. McConnell said everybody wants to finish. Everybody wants to get a final agreement as soon as possible. We all believe this country needs it, and I think we're getting closer and closer. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was also asked about the timing of a deal, and he responded, we're just exchanging paper back and forth, and hopefully we can come to a deal soon. And House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said he thinks we're moving in the right direction. House Speaker Pelosi called a meeting with other congressional leaders on Tuesday afternoon to discuss finalizing a government spending measure and a second relief package. Pelosi met with McConnell, Schumer, and McCarthy in her office, and Secretary Mnuchin and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin also joined the meeting by phone. Mnuchin and Pelosi have also been engaged in negotiations for several months. Schumer told reporters afterwards that it was a good meeting, and McCarthy also cited great progress.
Pelosi, as well as the Treasury Secretary, over the phone, but all talking together and trying to hammer this out. There are still potential X factors out there.
With that being said, everybody, that is all the news in regards to our second stimulus check and your unemployment benefits. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell.